My name's Jennifer McPeak, and I found a box in my attic. Ba la 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 la, jolly keyboard noises, holiday keyboard noises. First off, I hope everyone had a great holiday, and I hope your whole December was awesome. Second, say hi to Jeff. He didn't get the memo that I was putting things in my attic after Halloween and pulling down my Christmas tree at the same trip. So he's going to be hanging out with us until the next time I go up in the attic and actually remember to take him with me. Say hi, Jeff.
My name is Jeff.
Now, on to the fun stuff. My whole life, I've read those cheesy stories where someone finds a box of love letters in their attic and now they're invested in the courtship of two people that they've never known before. And I've wanted it to happen to me so bad. I've always wanted to go on a book type adventure, and this seems like the most plausible one that I could ever go on without getting divorced, cutting my hair, and moving to a different country. The last house I lived in was new construction, so nothing cool is going to be found up there, right? But this one, there was stuff up there. Most of it was crap, which was a bummer. But there were two boxes on a back shelf in the very back of the attic. Why am I just now getting to the box when I've lived here for a while and I could have gotten it on day one? Well, I am super self-conscious about my weight, and I'm always concerned that I'm going to break anything that I stand on. The ladder up is scary enough. So I really didn't want to walk across those boards in the attic and potentially drop my foot straight through and bust a hole in the ceiling. But the hubs was up there helping me put the Halloween stuff away and helping me figure out which Christmas stuff to take down, and he agreed to go pull it off the shelf and see what actually was back there, so I could put the mystery to rest. Now, box number one was full of VHS tapes, and because I don't have a VHS tape or any desire to live some sort of ring nightmare, I'm just going to take the boxes at their label word and just assume that they are old wedding tapes and vacation videos. But the second box has papers, like newspaper articles. And on the very top, there was a postcard. And while I don't think it was from like a boyfriend, I'm fairly certain it was like from a grandpa or like a distant uncle. It was still handwritten. And now I need to know.
What's in the box? What could it be? Do you want to take something out with me?
Bet you thought I was going to play that Brad Pitt clip, didn't ya? Well, I'm full of surprises. Just like I hope this box is. Now, I know it won't be full of love letters and trinkets because that would just be too much to ask for. But I am really curious about what is in the box that the people thought was worth saving. Let's get to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do a speed run of this, and I'm going to go ahead and do a voiceover because it's a lot of the same stuff. This person was a musician in a jazz piano duo, I believe, with her father. This box did belong to a girl in the early 80s, like 1980 to 1984 is about the date range of the things that I found. She did music stuff, and she has a lot of articles saying, hey, thanks for performing in this festival. Thank you for doing this. There's a piano thing from A Star is Born, graduation cap, and here's where we get the postcards. They're all written in cursive, and I can read cursive, but they were very kind of cold almost. It was, hi, give my love to your mother. You should tell your mom to come visit me out in the cabins. And every single card, the front of it was a picture of a painting. And in the letter that was inside the card, it was, hey, this is a piece from one of my favorite artists. This guy, he did this. He reminds me of some time that I spent in Paris. And this is this type of artist, and this is this type of artist. So it kind of gave the vibe of like an uncle or maybe a grandpa. So I don't really think they were love letters. They really didn't have a whole lot of information in them. Like I said, it was mostly just give your mother my love. I spent time in France. The closest there was of anything kind of romantic or like sweet or nice was where in the letter, I guess she started taking up painting, and he was like, yeah, I didn't picture you being a one-dimensional person, which nowadays would be kind of like a backhanded compliment, but I think in the early 80s it was kind of sweet. That right there was an article for something. I don't even remember what it was, but the back of it had an ad for a Plymouth Reliant K for like $7,000. That was insane. And that's like a calendar, and it was full. There was so much stuff. This person was busy doing a lot of music stuff. This letter right here was from like a different person, and I think that person was friends with the person that sent all the cards. And in that one, it kind of there was a line that said, "I think that that guy really cares about you and maybe even loves you." So maybe it wasn't a letter from maybe all of these letters were not actually letters from like a grandpa or an uncle or a distant person. It might have just been like an older person that wanted to be friendly, I guess. I don't know. That one letter kind of screwed up my brain a little bit, cuz if it was from somebody that was her age that just didn't know how to communicate, it's kind of sad because the other person saw that they cared. But those cards were there was not a whole lot of emotion behind them. Perhaps if we knew the writer better, we would understand if there was more to be read in there than there actually was. But for what I saw, it was just kind of like a hey, have a great summer kind of feel. But there are also more, hey, thanks for showing up to our thing. We really appreciated it. You were a really good performer. And that really is the majority of what was in this box is a lot of mementos from the time that they were a musician. I'm going to guess they did not stick with it. Here's a TV guide. It was folded in half in a specific, like both sides were dog-eared, so I'm thinking maybe they performed in a local show of some sort. So I don't really know. There were a couple birthday cards. There's another card from the guy. It's another one of those, hey, how's it going? I think this one actually is the one that said I didn't think you were a one-dimensional person. So that was that note. But that was the longest one that was written. It was also the last one I found. So I don't think they kept communicating after that, which, it's a shame losing friends, but that's life. Here we've got more piano accompaniments, a beauty magazine, or not a beauty magazine, kind of like a program for a beauty pageant. I did not see anybody whose names were in the cards, but I'm assuming that maybe they played. I'm assuming the girl played it. All of these were local newspaper articles, again saying, "Hey, you showed up here, and they were really good. This is a review of their playing, and here's programs, I guess, from festivals that they did." That's another one that was like, "Hey, this is the duo that was here." I think at this point I started kind of skimming through because it was just a lot of the same stuff. They definitely did a lot of musical stuff at that time. For a 15 to 18-year-old, that's a lot of busy. Here's a I don't know what it is. It's not an 8-track. I know what an 8-track is, but that bag was full of artwork, like younger artwork. And that's also a bag of art. I didn't really want to open any of that just in case I messed anything up. This is from here on out, it's pretty much like school notebooks. And there's another CD. This started getting like really spiderwebby down there, so I didn't really get a whole lot in there. But yeah, so now we know what was in the box. It looks like it was some piano stuff, some high school papers. I just skimmed through that pretty quickly, but it was a few spiral notebooks with sciencey notes and class homework and stuff in it. And there were a few cards from couldn't really read that part. I was able to read most of the letters, but I was not able to catch the name. They wrote it down at the end. Looks like they knew each other, and then she moved, and they kept in touch for a little bit, and the communication didn't last very long. It was mostly just, hey, give your mom and them my love. Here's a little bit of information about the artist on the card that I sent you. Hope you're doing well. Catch you later, kind of thing. So they're like they were nice, they were friendly, but nothing that's gonna keep me up all night, alas. But it was still cool to go through some stuff because that was all from like I think the latest thing I saw was from '84, and I think that would have probably put the box holder in high school, fresh graduate of high school, perhaps. So I'm 17, 18 years old. To have a box full of accomplishments like that, that's pretty neat. The next time I go up in the attic, I will put this back where I found it because it seems like a shame to throw that stuff away. That was a good chunk of somebody's life, and they did a lot of cool stuff. So it would be a shame to toss it out, and I've got the extra space to put it back where I found it. So that's what I'm going to do. Next time I get around to it, I will lug it back up in the attic and potentially take Jeff with me. I don't know. We'll see. The kid really likes Jeff. So there's a chance that Jeff may become a permanent fixture around here. We'll just see. Anyway, that was a fun little thing to do, and I hope you enjoyed sitting in the floor with me and looking at me look through a box of someone else's things, and invading their privacy, because odds are they're still alive. But anyway, just out of curiosity, have you found anything fun in your attic or in your basement or anywhere else where you could find it? Have you been to a thrift store and found something really cool? Gone to a yard sale, saw a box that someone didn't realize they had out there and brought it home, did a thing? Let me know. I'm curious. I like to see what adventures other people are on. All the dust in that box is kind of doing a number on my allergies, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Let me know in the comments what you're reading, what you're writing, what you're up to. Got any plans for the rest of this year? Do you have any New Year's resolutions that you are hoping to keep in the upcoming year? Follow me on Instagram at jmcpeakwrites, where I post about writing stuff, and mostly it's pictures of my cats because my cats are way more interesting than I am. I do post there. Anyway, thanks for sticking around. Hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Later. Ba la 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 la, jolly keyboard noises, holiday keyboard noises.